is a Wednesday and it means that I am doing a book video. I've been on holiday this past weekend to Edinburgh, so I actually did get some reading in. And when we go on holiday, we usually take books with us and then come back with loads more, which we did again. I took The Fault in Our Stars with me, and also another book that I can't remember what it was. Will Grayson. So I started reading that on the way up, but got a little bit distracted when we went into some bookshops and ended up with two new books. These ones, that's upside down. So I'm going to talk about these ones today. So the first book I will talk about is Everything is Fine and Other Lies I Tell Myself by Kathy Brett. I picked this one up because it was in an offer, basically, and it looked quite fun. I got it along with Red Shirts, which is it's a sci-fi book, which I bought for the other half. And I thought, oh, this one looks pretty good as well. I had a little flick through and it's got illustrations throughout it, which I quite liked. I started reading this on the train on the way back from Edinburgh, and I got all the way through it. It's a 3.5 hour journey, and I just ploughed through this book, basically. When I started reading it, I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be like. It's young adult fiction about a girl who is missing her brother because he's away, and she lives in a hotel type place at a beachy resort with her family, and her mum and her dad aren't very connected to her. Her little brother's really annoying and she just misses her older brother because he's away, and a film crew comes to start filming a World War One film at their house, and it's things that stem off from that. It ended up being a very different book than I thought it was going to be. I did think it was going to be a romance or just kind of a silly book, but this book is about PTSD, and that word came out of nowhere. There were hints throughout it that there was something else going on with this girl, but when it finally got to the point where it was all unravelling and she's becoming less and less focused and she's just going off the rails a little bit, and then it started to kind of drop in, maybe her brother isn't actually away at university and there's a little more to it. I really recommend reading it. It was very nice that it was someone who she's obsessed with she did World War One poetry in her school, and it's just kind of stuck in her head, and she basically remembers a lot of the poetry throughout the book, so it's not like she was stressing about TV shows. In fact, I don't even think she turns the TV on once throughout it. Okay, that is that book. I'm going to move on to the other one now, which I've only started, but I am already finding very good. So this one is by Danny Wallace. It's called Charlotte Street. I love Danny Wallace books. I've read Join Me, Friends Like These, Yes Man is my favourite book ever. But this is his first fiction book. It is an exby of Danny Wallace with a different name in a story. I've got this far in. I was using a paper clip that's been unbent as a bookmark. Now I lost it. What chapter am I on? I'm on page 72. It's about a man who bumps into a girl in a street who's trying to carry her things into a cab. He smiles at her and he really likes her, and then she leaves, and all that she's accidentally left is a disposable camera, and it's just about him living his life, and we're kind of struggling with her. Do we develop the photos? Who is this girl? I really like her. It's a romance story that's got lots of cool or uncool characters, and he's a very neurotic person. I do enjoy reading Danny Wallace's books, but most other books I read that have main characters as male, I don't connect to it as easy, but I just did a lot with this one. And I may update you with how much further I've got with that book, depending on how good it is, but if not, farewell. I will see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.